Extreme Masters Katowice qualifiers, as we're going into one final match to determine who is going to be able to advance on to the tournament itself and fight for a prize in the capacity of that $400,000 that is going to be on the line. We now have SOS going up against Solar. My monitor keeps bouncing off the table, it's weird. And we're going to find out in this best of 5 who is advancing on. So without further ado, let's jump in. And we do have, spawning down to the bottom right-hand corner in the red, it is SOS.
Or dollar sign, as they call him.
Dollar sign. And up to the top left-hand corner in the blue, it is Solar.
Who's still on the hunt for the tickets to rejoin us here at the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice. That's going to be in early March.
That's right.
It's going to be a sick tournament. If you guys haven't been to a big tournament offline yet, or if you've been to one, definitely recommend coming and checking it out because it's always pretty epic. 10,000 nerds in an arena watching games on one of the biggest stages out there.
Yep. One of the biggest stages in esports is Katowice. Very well renowned, very prestigious. A tournament that everyone wants to be at, everyone wants to compete at. Always a lot of fun. Every time it comes around, it kind of, that for me during the year, that one and BlizzCon are the two ones that really stand out. I get to do actually, you know, other stadium events for other games as well. It's a lot of fun. But Katowice, it's difficult to compare to Katowice.
That was where I started my casting career, actually.
Was it?
Yeah, the 1 year where I was on the desk with QXC and Jared Kale.
Oh, yeah.
That was the one time, like
Jared Kale desk hosted a StarCraft tournament. I forgot about that one.
And all he kept talking about was other games.
Of course.
What a passionless guy. It was really fun, actually, already back then.
Yeah.
Like QXC and stuff.
Jared
QXC.
Kale stage hosted a lot of the tournaments
yeah,
as well.
later on, yeah.
I remember the first...
Some really fantastic cringe moments as well.
Yeah. The first...
Some of his best lines while hosting in Germany. So it is true that the Germans don't make a lot of noise.
It's true, though.
Yeah, but don't say that while hosting something in Germany. Like.
I was explaining this to my relatives over Christmas. They were saying, you know, do different audiences around the world react in different ways? And I was like, yeah, well, the German audience is very, like, golf clap, you know, kind of like just small. They were like, what's a golf clap? I'm like, you people are educated people in my family. How do you not know what a golf clap is? They were like, no, you just made this up.
Don't you have some equivalents? Yeah, but that you could have made him understand it with?
Not really.
Cricket clap?
No, that's not a thing. But
make it a thing.
I figured that people would know what a golf clap was, but yeah, that's how the Germans react.
All right, let's see SOS getting ready to try and do some damage here. Is that you went straight into Phoenix? What the hell?
What's this wall as well?
What is this, 2014?
This wall's ugly.
Yeah, that's the... Please don't cheese me. SOS reads Reddit. He knows about the beeps. Red alert, rear.
Sound the sirens. Twilight Council on the way as well.
Please don't cheese me. It's right there. Look at the eyes.
Look at the eyes.
They're staring straight into your soul.
They are. Dun, dun, dun. Scary stuff right there. I wonder, did you say he had a Phoenix to begin with, or was it just Oracle?
Like, nobody usually goes in straight into Phoenix, but I think he made a Phoenix first, then an Oracle. It's weird because if you're Solar, you see one Phoenix, it's almost like, oh, should I get a Spore? Is he going like into more Phoenixes? And like sometimes, you know, you'll make the snap decision wrong answer of like skipping some Spores here and there because then there's an Oracle flying in and killing drones. But in this case, Solar wanted to make sure he was safe. And he didn't make Spores.
Yep. Oracle came in. Shoot those things away for the moment. Glaives.
How much gas is SOS mining on his natural?
I don't think much. If I look at the fourth.
Yeah, so he wants to go for Lola at depths.
Yeah.
I think he's on 4 gates. He's just going to keep on warping in consistently, and despite the addition of a third Nexus, still going to be aggressive with the depths.
Yeah, let's see what they're going to do.
Please don't cheese me.
With just Adept. 20 Lings as well on the way, though. And Hydralisk ain't going down. So I think Solar has a good idea of what is going on currently here from SOS.
Does he?
Still making a few. I mean, he sees all of those Adepts.
Yeah, now he knows.
Baneling Nest goes down instantly.
That's lucky, because if he had started one batch of drones right now without seeing this, he could have been in big trouble. But now, I do feel like he should be able to get enough units. Oh my god, SOS, what are you up to?
Adepts,
4
man.
more gates!
That's
He's
a
raising
lot
the
of Adepts.
stakes.
Yeah, he is. The Robo facility is almost complete, so we can get a Warp Prism out and start pushing this. There's no creep spread down that right-hand side, though. So if he finds angle there, that would be very nice indeed. Is the Oracle still alive? Wow! That's a nice wall.
This is a straight all-in. Like, Solar is not checking for the right-hand side potential third base here from SOS, but he should be able to realize that there isn't going to be one.
Immortal. The sentry's out and the probe moving out.
I favor Solar's chances here if he only makes units from there. Oh my god, he starts drones.
He shut down well, he shut down the probe on the third base. The probe was moving out to the third base to try and build.
Yeah. Oh my god, how could you start drones, Solar? No.
Maybe he was lured into thinking it was going to be a third base. After seeing that.
I mean, there's always going to be one starting, I think, at least. But
still going to be aggressive.
Yeah. Like, there's no Templar Archives, there's no Forge.
Here comes the Warp Prism. So, how many gates are we at? Are we at 8 or 9? Because I think he added another one on. I can't see. 2, 6. Okay, 8. Nice. Sorry, my monitor.
And I mean, like SOS is now moving across the map on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Solar should have enough, to be honest. He's morphing a lot of Banes. And with Muscular Augments about to finish, and Centrifugal Hooks on the way, I feel like he should be fine.
Should be.
He should almost be hoping that there is a shade in, but those sentries are the real threat here. Oh my god, actually there. I didn't even realize there were so many sentries.
And backed up a lot of energy.
He wasted a bunch of force fields though. Oh my god.
Off the Banelings.
Sick force fields.
They're really not doing much. Here comes another wave of Adepts as well. 7 being warped in at the time. Shades forwards with a lot of them.
He got rid of so many Banes, now he can actually shade on the natural.
Yeah.
And Solar might be in a world of trouble. SOS actually cancels, skips his entire army here on this side of the map.
This is New Age Soul Train for you. This is scary stuff. A lot of power behind this. He gets some of the sentries at the front, but, I mean, the damage might already just be done here. Another round of Adepts coming in. Wants to kill off these Hydralisks, maybe thin out the numbers, but it's not that easy. Hydralisks still have a pack a lot of DPS.
Yeah, Solar trying to crank out as many units as he can here to try and hold on against this attack. He needs to save the third base, otherwise he's still going to be in trouble no matter what, as SOS is getting a third Nexus in the meantime.
I think he pushes it away. He holds on.
I'm surprised SOS never shaded towards the natural. Maybe he was afraid there were a couple rogue mercenary banelings kind of around the area.
He always knew that there were a few morphing behind the army, but as he's saying, don't know if it was towards the natural.
Still being active with the Oracle, I think, at the top as well.
Yeah, I think he killed off a Spore. No, it's still alive. So forces a little bit of lost mining time there with that Stasis Ward, only catching one drone. Trying to find a Warp Prism in somewhere, but I'll have to get out.
And Robo Bay behind this for SOS, so he wants to go straight into Colossus. Freezes a bunch of the drones here.
Good move. We'll deny some of that mining time. No energy for now, though, so I'll have to just sit around.
That Prism is making me nervous.
Yeah. Next
so close to so many Hydras.
Yeah, scary. All right, Robo Bay is done.
That's an observer in the middle of the map, I think. So SOS at least sees he's coming right now.
Yeah.
So the units are lower. There's one like around his base on the right-hand side of here. So he saw all the army kind of run around there. The observer was just sniped actually by Solar.
Nice.
I think he had an oversteer.
That's a lot of Banelings morphing in here for Solar to get aggressive. Ton of sentries though. Can buy some time, but I don't think he has a standing army enough to be able to fully shut this down. Banelings going to the mineral line. Force field's going to go down to slow down those Banelings' impending doom. Crash into the Nexus. Go on, I dare you. Oh, he's just going to get it anyway. All right. It's the sleeper hold, Todd. We're back to submissions.
Solar is so good at baiting force fields, by the way. He was just kind of going forward, made SOS scared. And with that third base snipe now, Solar is fully back in it. What a crazy game already.
Yeah. It's, oh, good force field. And he still has a few available to him.
Oh, wow. SOS recognized he didn't have many force fields left, if any, so he's just going to split. And now he's taking the full-on engagement.
Yeah, Micro back here wants to keep that Colossus alive. It's very important. Second one pops out as well. The amount of AoE damage that they do could hold on here.
Notice, by the way, every time Protoss goes for Colossus, Zer keeps hitting those timings just before, you know, thermal lens is complete and there's 3 Colossi, in which case, like the fight, you basically lose half your armies by the time you reach the Protoss army, so it's very important for these guys to do this, but now the Adept counterattack is finally getting right to work. The hatchery is going to go down, and this is really bad now again for Solar, because SOS is the one re-expanding.
Very close game, realistically speaking, with bases going down on either side. These 2 Colossi buckling up with the rest of the army here. Could try and push onto this location, but there's still a lot of damage available here for Solar to deal with this stuff. But SOS, his army supply, higher than his opponents right now. Doesn't feel like he has enough sentries to be able to push in, though.
SOS. Putting the pro in Protoss.
That's right, man. He knows what he's doing. Need a masterclass from SOS. It would be very different to the Haas masterclass, to be honest.
Yeah. Like this one has like 5 times more footage and interviews. And it's just him going on rambles of like how he likes to...
In one episode, it's just him bathing in dollars, throwing them up in the air. Like, look at all the money. You pay him $500 to watch him bathe in dollars.
A dollarception, if you will.
Yes, absolutely. Sword Prism going around for a bit of cheeky harassment into the main base.
Damn, you really brought back the term cheeky here for these qualifiers, didn't you?
I mean, I do it every qualifier. You just
You're warming up before Roddy gets here?
Of course. Hey, man. My legacy has lived on. Even when I wasn't around, I would watch StarCraft tournaments, and I'd be like, how many times are people saying cheeky, cheeky, Kylaris?
Yeah. It was only Apollo and Roddy for the most part. Right?
Yeah, I suppose. Oh, my leg's crashing into a lot of stuff. Oh, those lurkers really put a hurt on this Protoss army. Wait.
It's so weird that he has like 3 Colossi on the map and he's being aggressive. And he's killing lurkers!
Ah!
What is this? Make it stop. I guess he has units in the natural at the same time. Probably, yeah, some adepts that were killing drones.
Recalls.
Wow. And now he's going to get in position to receive those units. SOS is so smart.
I guess he figured he was just stuck in no man's
He's
land.
a genius.
Can he save the Amol? I think he can from those links. Oh, no. Okay, turns his attention towards the lurkers, realizing they're the bigger threat. Gets himself another one.
SOS is actually the 2nd highest earning player in StarCraft II of all time behind MC by around $8,000.
Wait, SOS, if he wins and gets a higher place finishing in Katowice, would be the most earning player of all time.
Yeah.
That's pretty
With
sick.
over $500,000.
What? I can't believe MC still.
And TY is 3rd, and TY didn't make it here.
Yeah.
And SOS is also qualified for Pyeongchang.
Whoa.
Actually, yeah, by the end of this year, for sure, SOS, like, well, I mean, unless somebody else, like, you know, wins big, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because there are some guys out there, like, if the BlizzCon prize is similar,
yep,
whoever wins it might just be in 1st place.
That's pretty crazy, actually, to think that.
Yeah.
So SOS on
It's not
the
always
road.
associated with the earning S, despite winning some of the big tournaments that had some of the most money.
No, indeed. When I think the big earners, I think, well, again, TY, because of 200,000, 200,000. I think MC, as you mentioned.
Innovation.
470.
To be honest,
yeah,
these guys are very close together. 475 for innovation. He's not too far away. MC has 506,000.
Everyone's on the way to toppling MC. It's only taken people 3 years. All right, taking this fight now. It looks like SOS should be able to hold on against even just the lurkers at the top here. That's a lot of Colossus firepower. GG.
What a ridiculous game by SOS.
That was all over the place.
Moved out with just a few units, recalled with the 3 Colossi, and somehow salvages this defense against the lurkers, even though Colossi, they are not exactly the best against lurkers. You know, you'd prefer like Immortals disruptors are the dream, but it's very hard to achieve. Really impressive here. Setting the pace for the rest of the series against the man on the hunt.
Yeah, that's right. $0 versus man on the hunt. On the hunt. Hashtag on the hunt. It's something like that. I can't believe this is the thing you came into this tournament with.
Yeah, because I follow Splice on social media, and I always see them write this, so I was like, all right, let's just roll with it.
But I guess I just haven't seen that bit. It's like show and tell. You're like
it's every of their tweets.
Is it?
Yeah.
Damn.
They were already using it at BlizzCon.
I was a bit busy during BlizzCon, I guess.
Spending the passion elsewhere.
I like a lot of games. What can I do?
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Maybe get some passion is what you can do.
Passion for a lot of games, Todd. Odyssey is going to be our next map between these two.
I don't know. SOS, like, it's so weird because, like, if I was SOS or even like now as a spectator, I'm like looking at this game and I'm like, okay, he won, but that was super scrappy and stuff.
Yeah.
And like you can't expect too many games to go like this. But as SOS, it's probably like, no, that was normal. Like every game, you know, like as long as I win, I don't really care how scrappy those games are. And like he would be right in that case too.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. For Solar, that game had to have been a bit of a nightmare. I mean, he was pressured initially. He turns it on its head. He gets himself the third base. He loses his third base. Then he's on Lingbane Hydra versus escalating Colossus count.
Yeah, he was on the ropes after that, like for sure.
Yeah.
After he lost his third base. But yeah, the Adepts, the original Adepts, was what gave him a lot of trouble. Those are very hard to deal with. We saw recently, you know, Ladder Heroes happened, the Europe server one, and the finals was Nurture against Showtime. And Showtime kept on using this build where he opened Stargate and then he did a 7 Adept push with like some different variations of attacks that he did. And he won 3-0. And it was just so convincing. And looking at those games, like you cannot realize how hard it can be for Zerg to exactly read a Protoss build where they're able to tell like, okay, I need to stop in that fork of drones and start making units. It's just so hard because if you get it wrong, even if you get the right defense by having enough units, you've neglected drone production so much that you're too far behind on the economy, and then you die to the follow-up tech or attack or massing of army.
Yep.
So it's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
You have to get it right.
A lot of variations, a lot of possibilities coming out from the Protoss. There is a certain book that Protoss has available to them that allows
it was written, the prologue was written by Haas, right?
I think so, probably.
Yeah.
And chapters 1 through 7. Those bits as well.
He's on the cover.
He is. It's just this Haas donned in a hood, like just there.
With a magic stick.
That's right. With a magic
a
stick.
Psyblade.
Psyblade. He's not a Jedi. All right. We're waiting, loaded up into this game.
It makes me think of Harry Potter for some reason.
Harry Potter, who?
You know, like, I don't really watch or like read Harry Potter, and like for the longest time I was like, why are all these peoples on Facebook, their school is Hogwarts School of Wizardry? I didn't get it. I was like, what's the joke here? I feel like I'm missing a meme. And then eventually I realized it was like, oh, okay.
Even before reading or watching Harry Potter, you didn't know Hogwarts was Harry Potter? Nobody mentioned it? Everyone just... All right, okay. Getting into it, up to the top left in the blue, it is Solar. Currently 1 game down in this best of 5. And down to the bottom right-hand corner in the red, SOS. 1 game up.
Well, I mean, it's a bit of an odd thing to do anyway, right?
What, Hogwarts?
It's like, yeah, to list it as your school on Facebook.
Yeah, well, people...
It's like if I put that I went to the school of master disciple of like Ire or something.
All
you know,
right.
it's like ridiculous.
Exactly. It's an unhealthy obsession, all right? Like, all those people out there that like Harry... I'm about to make a lot of enemies, right? But it doesn't matter, because Harry Potter's rubbish.
Really?
I actually don't like Harry Potter at all. I think the writing's dribble.
You don't like much, do you?
No, I'm...
The writing's dribble?
Yeah.
You mean I thought dribble is like when a football player passes another football player with a trick.
It's also when a baby...
Dribbling.
Yeah, yeah. You know, dribbling, like...
Drooling?
Yeah, that's also... In English, that can be called dribbling as well. Yeah.
So the writing is dribble means what?
It means it's like baby drool.
Oh my god.
But, you know, anybody's allowed to like whatever they like.
Yeah.
I like a lot of things that people don't like, such as WWE.
And baby metal.
I mean, I listen to lots of different music. Why do you have to mention baby metal? I like
Because
Dream
that was the
Theater.
group you were listening to the one time I took your MP3 player.
Oh, in the office like 4 years ago.
Hey,
I don't listen to baby metal
you listen
anymore.
to them, you're a fan.
Sure. I like Dream Theater. They're my favorite band. But very niche.
Heard of.
You never heard of them? No, not many people have heard of Dream Theater. I don't listen to them that much anymore recently. A lot of EDM and stuff like that.
To be honest, music is crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody has such different tastes.
I like
You go to like Stefano or the Muslim stream, it's like all the classics.
Yeah.
And then you go to Roddy's stream, it's like the most commercial rap, like Drake and stuff. I'm like, oh god, like I can't.
My music taste has flourished though in the past couple of years, like 5 years. I just like everything. Apart
Yeah.
from most rap.
I really like that song of the IEM. We
No.
won't back down from a fight.
Yeah, you like that one? That's
It's
your
a pretty
favorite?
good one.
Yeah. Great.
There's nothing that I wouldn't do.
If that's not played at Katowice over and over again, we've done ourselves a disservice.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I feel like we should go on strike, you know, if it's not being used.
Okay.
All right, SOS, what build order do you have cooking for us? Twilight into a Robo. I know this one. Maybe a cheeky Dark Shrine? No. Goes for a charge.
Ooh.
And I'm guessing Gateway's going to be added on. Usually, like, it's weird. Like, it's like the new build. Like, you go for this, then you add more gates. You make a Templar Archives, you warp in Archons. But usually, you do it this of 4 gates total. Okay, I guess there's the 4th one.
Mm. Push away that Overlord, which didn't really get much scouting information, unfortunately for it. I don't think. And I think Solar's got to be careful of something aggressive. He's well, they're. Oh, Dark Shrine. Okay.
I'm curious, well, when somebody asks you, or like if you ever hear about this discussion, who's the most successful StarCraft II player of all time? Who's the best? Or like, who's the best of all time?
Yeah.
If you heard one of these 2 questions, who would you think about?
My mind instantly navigates to innovation. When you say
So
that,
like you value
that's where my mind
trophies
goes.
more than earnings?
Yes.
Because like for me, if somebody asked me who's the most successful player of all time, I'd say MC. Is the earningest. Over $506,000.
I don't think earnings. Personally, I don't think
Yeah.
earnings is the true metric. You can make the argument that
But
it
what
is,
about
absolutely. But
if I say successful instead of best, you don't think it changes?
that's different. Most
Yeah.
successful would then probably lend itself to most earning-ist, if you want to use that as a word.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you think about it, someone like TY, my mind doesn't navigate to someone like TY, but he's so high up in the earnings or whatever. But if you think about the first 200,000 he won, it wasn't exactly the most hype competitive tournament on the planet at that point, was it? As much as it's, you know, a big prize.
Yeah. All right, Chargelot's going to get right in there here with the Prism as well.
Ooh,
Of SOS. He's going to go for another warp in here in a second.
This is very aggressive.
Nobody ever gets a sentry here anymore.
No. Good. Make a lot of...
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
Surprise!
I didn't realize
Are
you
there
had
spores?
two!
Are there spores on the 3rd? Okay, there's one.
No!
Well, soon to be 0. I think.
Doesn't matter! Kill everything! 4 Dark Templars working away at this stuff.
Solar is doing a good job of buying time. That was sick, actually.
Yeah.
Good defense.
SOS, though. Double Warp Prism harass. Whoa! Getting all hot up in here. It's fantastic stuff to see. Didn't really do a huge amount, but
Yeah.
it was cool.
I wonder if he's going to take the gold base maybe behind this because of all the pressure he's applying across the map. Keep in mind, you need to be careful when you go for DTs like this and charges because roaches, if they are masked and they go for a counterattack and they kite well, they negate Zealot armies very, very well, and then they kind of snowball, and then you see a situation like we saw earlier when TY played against Protoss and kept on kiting, where he's eventually able to have enough to just kind of straight up win the fight.
A little bit of a lane aggression down toward the 3rd base, trying to push into the natural maybe, but it doesn't quite go there because the wall off is complete. Here come the Roaches and the Glera Constitution, and the Warp Prisms just crossing paths with one another, looking for the Dark Templars to get into the main base, kind of assessing weakness spots. Trying to find an angle. No Spore Crawler in this mineral line, he hit his own hatchery. That was weird.
That's poor. He's like on
So
the right
far.
hand side. Oh, he's pick up.
He's on strike. Now he's back.
Come on, Spore, get back. We won't.
No! There's roaches everywhere.
The follow-up attack is going to be insane if SOS even goes for one here, because he's going to have a lot of energy from sentries to work with. He's going to have immortals, which absolutely crush against this army.
Yeah, it's just roaches. It's just roaches.
He kept Solar on the lower walker counts for so long as well. Like, I can't
Because he forced so many roaches, didn't he?
imagine Solar getting like a really like that strong an army.
Yeah. Difficult times for Solar. As much as his army in a numerical sense is large and powerful, against what the quality of the units is going to be out for Solar, it's going to be difficult.
The slow overlords, look at it.
And you got to.
He's like a fairy,
Yeah.
man. Oh, you going to the Statue of Liberty with this?
He'll get there eventually. No.
No, he won't. That was the worst. Oh my god. At least drop it where there is no pylon. SOS is probably like, gosh, I hope there was nothing in there. Okay, this is the army I was talking about. When somebody opens with DTs, it's going to be hard for them to have enough sentries and immortals to deal with this kind of counterattack. But in this game, we do see that Solar has assembled a pretty strong army of his own. In fact, force fields are going to start on landing here. And I mean, it does take time to clear those away with the Ravagers.
I feel like he hasn't hit too much with these corrosive biles. He got some sentries and maybe some force fields, but at the same time, these immortals aren't doing too bad still.
Oh my god, the bile.
He needs to pick the immortals up though, which is very important. He needs to save some of these units with the warp prism here, and then he'll be absolutely fine. Those immortals are still going to power through this army.
Yeah, and Solar committed a lot to this. He's still low on the walker count. One single walker lead here. No sign of a fourth base. If this doesn't work, he might be in a world of trouble here. So far, SOS is buying a lot of time here by pulling back every single time corrosive bile is being used, dodging most of these guys.
Where's the warp prism?
Chargers are going to come in from behind. He's just right here below.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it needs to be with this army. Got to be careful with corrosive biles though. And then he can just pick up these units and keep chasing. Look at that, picking them up, looking for more pot shots here against those pot-bellied Ravagers. So fat little things. And going to try and micro on back against this, but SOS is held. And he's warping in aggressively.
And Solar is not ready for this. He's even transferring drones.
Oh no.
That's almost lucky, because I guess some of these guys won't get slaughtered, but the rest of the main is going to be in trouble. And at the same time, SOS will look to try and hit the third base. If he gets in trouble with his army, he can recall it out. Look, he's moving top right to buy more time here. To try and delay the fight here against those Lynx and Roaches.
Perfect moves. Maybe get some of the Zealots out if he wants to. Nope, they're going to be abandoned.
Oh my god, force fields.
The
He can just force field the ramp.
Yeah, this is perfect. Perfect stuff here. SOS. Oh, he gets it. He tries to bring it down here with the corrosive bile, but the immortals are still there.
And he kills so many drones, like he might not even need to recall here. He can just kind of reinforce with the warp prism. Corrosive bile not even going to be enough to take that out. There's not enough Ravagers anymore.
Oh, and he keeps on saving the immortals. One of them dies off to the left-hand side, but that was it. 2-0 at the moment here. SOS. Talk about your Gordon Ramsay masterclasses, because in these past 2 games, he's been looking good, my friend.
The ad is funny too. It's like, my name's Gordon Ramsay and this is my masterclass. I just imagine SOS. My name is Kim Eugene. Get ready to learn some Protoss! And it's just like, these builds like one after another, but no, they're like very convincing game here out of SOS, and he's making Solar look like a formality right now. Like it's not even, doesn't even need to be on his A game for this.
I mean, let's be honest. What's harder? Deboning a salmon with a knife, or
what?
Double warp prism micro harassment into immortals?
Double warp prism micro into immortals.
There you go. Gordon Ramsay, take that.
And SOS will make a hell of a sushi, or even cooked chicken right. Gordon, you take that.
You went another level. that was the double level right there. Yeah, some tough stuff. StarCraft II, the hardest game in the world for these players to play at this level. Whew. Hot stuff.
Oh, Solar is in so much trouble now as well. Like being down 0-2 in the best of 5, this is not where you want to be. He's going to have to be flawless from now. And so far, it's just SOS entirely running the show. That game was a lot less scrappy than the first one as well. It was just like War Prism harassment, ownage, Like, obviously, he didn't kill him with it, but he slowed him down. And then behind is the exact right army he needed at home to defend against the attack that sort of threw at him.
Yep. We're going to be on Neon Violet Square here for potentially our final map of the day.
Yeah, you dressed appropriately.
Yeah, I love this purple. You don't like it? You called it a Merlot at the beginning of the day.
It's a grapefruit.
It's a grapefruit.
Shirt.
It's more grapefruit than Merlot. Absolutely. Don't like
I think this shirt is about almost as good as Artosis's mustard shirt.
Oh, come on. Don't do me that way.
Come on, dog. What are you going to do to me like that?
Come on, dog.
Did I tell you I heard the craziest thing at BlizzCon?
What was that?
The stylist. Like, I was there, I was changing, I was trying my stuff, and then I heard one of them saying, "Oh yeah, Artosis brought his shirts. Like, there's that beautiful mustard shirt that I really like." And I was like, oh my God, like, where are the hidden cameras? They are trolling me. Like, nah, I love to give Dan a hard time for his shirt colors.
The mustard shirt's
even though it's not his fault, his wife buys everything for him.
She? Yeah.
Good old Artosis. I love you, Dan.
I mean, I really can't slate anyone's shirt colors because I have all over the place. I have some green ones, red ones, blue ones, purple ones.
I mean, I'm wearing black on black, but
you are doing that, yeah.
The mortuary of StarCraft.
Yeah. You off to a funeral after this, Tom? Anyway.
Yeah, the Zerg's funeral.
It seems that way if Solar keeps this up. And SOS is absolutely blazing through this series as we can jump into game number 3 as we get into Neon Violet Square. The world is watching, Todd. Up to the top left-hand corner in the blue. It's Solar for Splice.
And so is that one guy that we keep seeing on the graphics. Who is he?
I don't know. Who is he? Who is that man?
Where is his masterclass? Imagine
if he turns up at the Intel Extreme Masters. We're like, you're him! Anyway,
yeah.
Down to the bottom right-hand corner in the red, it is SOS for Janae Green Wings.
Maybe he's like Haz's cousin or something, like some random.
He's watching, and he's assimilating all of that information for Haz to create the ultimate cheeses. It's perfect.
I would actually like how most players brainstorm their builds. It happens mostly, outside of game, right? When you're thinking about it and stuff. What do you think he has this revelating moment is? Like, he gets to church, like he gets in the confessional, he's like, "So sorry, Father, for I have sinned," and then he just instantly gets illuminated. He's like, "All right, Robo after Twilight," and he just sees the picture so clearly.
All proxied.
God spoke to me.
Came down from heaven above and gave me the ultimate builds. That's how it is for Haz.
We're lucky to have him. You saw the article not long ago that Wax Angel, I think, wrote about Haz and stuff?
I did read that. Yes.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was good. I'm happy that's there. Because the thing is that a lot of scenes don't have their wacky eccentrics. They don't. If you look at other esports scenes, most people just follow the meta.
I mean, yeah, we can't exactly brag for having always the most colorful of personalities, but we definitely have a few, right?
Yeah. I would like.
That's the
more
thing,
of
though.
that.
I've talked about this before. StarCraft is a game where you have to be so focused and so dedicated to it that whenever you're playing, you completely disconnect from the world. There is no emotions. You don't think of anything else. You can't think of anything else. If for 1 second you start thinking about the prize pool, about your family being proud of you and whatever, you're going to play worse than you usually would.
Yeah.
So sometimes, I mean, at least that's how it happened for me before a lot in the past, playing Warcraft 3 and StarCraft 2. When a series will finish, you almost trying to reconnect to the real world just because for a moment you were just so disconnected from it. There was only the game and that's it. There was nothing else that existed in your mind.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that plays a big role in why we don't see people jumping all over the place after winning. Sure, we got a couple colorful personalities, but you always hear from people, right? If I won a tournament or if I won this match or if I beat this guy, I will run around naked or whatever. But that's also why you won't be able to do that, right? That's because it's
You're
so hard.
focusing on the wrong things.
Yeah,
almost. I get you. I think even
Rossi was saying that on his stream recently.
Right.
He said what did he say? He said, like, if I made it to GSL or something and then, like, made a round of Fates, I would run around naked in the streets of Kong now or something. If anybody says anything about me, I'd be like, yeah, I'm in the top 8 of GSL, what's up?
I mean, yeah. It basically makes you top 8 in the world.
Yeah.
At that point. It's good stuff.
Robo behind the initial Stargate there. Maybe a bit of mind games.
Mm.
Straight into Colossus. Nah, you see the Twilight Council starting.
Mm.
Here's the thing, you don't need to make the gateways early for almost any kind of build like this. Even if now you wanted to get a resonating glaives and then do a big adept attack, like the gateways, you can get them at the last second.
Look, he's
you don't
making
even
them
need
on
to
the low
warp in.
ground. Look
Oh,
at
that is so sick.
Look in the pocket base of SOS. Oh, it's beautiful. Nobody uses this base with an actual base. As well. Oh no, it's blocking the Nexus, Todd. Whatever will we do?
He's pulling gateways out of his pocket.
Whoa!
SOS. Actually, I think he would have only to kill with the one gateway at the bottom right of that to be able to expand, but let's be clear about one thing here. This is a 3-0.
9 gateways worth of Adept Glaive, all in madness. However, Baneling Nest, already on the way.
One thing that makes it so easy to go for this kind of build is the fact that SOS is up 2-0. He knows that if he goes for this and it fails horribly, he doesn't give a damn because he's still got 2 more games to try and win in. And also, I think like this is a very refined build in my opinion. Like, look at the gas that he took. The one closest to where Solar would see it.
Yeah.
On the natural, the other one wasn't taking a lot. Obviously, he needed a lot of minerals to start that. And even though Solar right now is getting a lot of links, the Baneling Nest is slightly late. It's going to be very hard for him to defend, supposedly. But the Queens should be a little bit helpful, especially if they tank.
Hasn't shown the Warp Prism, I don't think. That Warp Pin, though, might be on the very edge of creep vision. So, Mauling's in production here. Shades them away. That's already a lot of Adepts. 8 Banelings morphing in. But all he's doing now is revealing how many Banelings were morphing in. He's separating up his Adepts to greet this attack, Todd. And if he's able to deal with it...
So many Links are dying while the Banelings were morphing.
Uh-oh.
So this is bad now. Instead of Solar being able to group up with a lot of Links plus Banes and then finally engaging, he lost a lot of his Links and now he's going to be in a lot of trouble against all of these Adepts.
And it's only Ling, Bane, Queen, as well as some Spine Crawlers morphing in. Hydra is on the way as well, but only one of them at the moment. Stasis Ward goes down, sealing in a few of those Lings. This is a moment where SOS can quite easily seal the deal here on this series. Lings up at the top right-hand corner, did clean up some of those Adepts, but these ones are going to shade on forwards. There's still a lot of Adepts left over here to kill off more and more workers. Catches 2 more Queens with Stasis Ward, blocking off some of these Lings and Banelings at the bottom of this ramp. And the other ones in the main base are doing a lot of damage themselves. There's just Adepts everywhere, Todd. Yeah, they're just everywhere.
And SOS is not about to slow down here. He's going to keep on warping, and he's still behind in walkers. He needs to do more damage. This is a massive commitment of an attack here. Queen's still trapped elsewhere.
How did he shut all this down, though? There's so many Adepts at every single angle.
They need to connect somehow. Banelings need to connect on top of all of this army.
I don't think he has any, though. I don't think he has any Banelings left. There you go. GG.
Wow.
SOS steamrolls through 3-0 here in the lower bracket grand final.
And the world champion once upon a time of the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice will return there. And it's going to be an incredible tournament. Man, the qualified players, we've got the BlizzCon champion Rogue, we've got Dark, Impact, Innovation, and now that's Classic and SOS joining them for at least a little bit of Protoss in there, you know.
That's right. The flavor's there. The flavor's good. You got 3 Zergs, 1 Terran, 2 Protoss. Looking not too shabby so far. Let's check in with the bracket to see how everything has gone down today. As you can see, Classic with a powerful victory streak through the top of this bracket and taking out SOS 3-0 in the very final. Moving down to the lower bracket, of course, you can see there that SOS, as much as he was defeated at the very end of the upper bracket, he was not defeated entirely. Solar had a phenomenal run through this tournament himself, but it was not to be in the very end.
Sue as well.
Yeah.
Like, definitely a good performance. Kind of sad, you know. He doesn't get to make it through this, but hopefully we'll see him take part in the open qualifier there. That would be fun.
That would be good. That would be good. Let's take a look at our players so far that have qualified here for the Intel Extreme Masters World Championship Katowice of 2018. Rogue grabs himself a spot from the WCS Global Finals, and from the Korean server qualifiers, 5 big names looking to stamp their claim on some of that $400,000, Todd.
Yeah. And we still have the European server and American server coming up. That's going to be next Monday.
Yeah.
The European servers will be, I believe, at, is it 5 or 6? I wasn't.
Don't ask me that. 6
Yeah, I think it's 6 p.m. And the America server is at 1 a.m. Central European time.
Yes. So we're basically plowing through those back to back. We're going to have reinforcements joining us. He's paratrooping in. It's going to be Roddy on a para thing. And that will be fantastic.
He's Protoss.
Well. There you go.
We're going to get him. He's going to get warped in here, and then we'll pick him up if need be, if he's not safe.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's going to help us.
We'll be the Warp Prism there to help Roddy out. For now, that does it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for tuning in for this qualifier for the Intel Extreme Masters. We shall see you in a few days' time for more for the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice.